Well, how's it going? So welcome to Saturday. Kind of another busy day. Obviously checked up on my gaming camera, but I don't know. She must have been I don't know if she's just starting to go on the fritz or what, but she recorded for one day and then quit. So I'm not really too sure what the hell was going on there, but it still said that it had 99% battery life, which I was like, well, that's usually not good. That usually means that I forgot to turn it on, you know. But I didn't. It was on because it recorded for one day. So then it, I don't know, decided not to record it anymore. So who knows what the fuck was going on all of last week because the camera wasn't even recording. It's probably getting at the end of its life. It's been up there for, you know, what, 2 years, probably 3 years. I don't know. And considering they get used hard, they probably don't last that long. But I'm not going to be getting a new one anytime soon. So, but yeah. What else is going on? Well, we had another breakdown. The little farmall A broke down again. Could have been avoided, I guess, if I just would have did my rounds of walking the pasture, but I didn't, so it bit me in the ass. So what happened? Stabbed my brand new fucking steer tire on it. Stabbed it. Went right through the tire, went through the tube. I thought, oh, well, I forgot that it had a tube in it, so I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I could, you know, limp it back to the yard. And then, because the nail was already in it, so I figured, well, the nail would probably stay in, and it'll at least give me a slow leak. But halfway it fell out, so then the air just dumped out. So, but I forgot that it had a tube, and I was like, well, I was thinking originally it was just, you know, just the tire itself. So I thought, oh, well, I could just maybe try to put a gooey snake thing in it. Maybe that would patch it for now. But then I forgot it had a tube in it. So I was like, well, the tube's fucked. I think I'm going to reuse the tire, though. I don't think I'm going to buy another tire. It's got one hole in it, but I might see at some point maybe if they could just put a patch over it and then put a brand new tube in it and then be done with it. But it ain't gonna happen anytime soon because I don't have the money. So it was an unfortunate breakdown that just, I don't know, cost me a tire. So oops, or at least cost me a tube anyway. I'm going to reuse the fucking tire. I'm going to. I don't care. I'm not buying another freaking tire because I haven't even replaced any other freaking drive tire or the other drive tire yet, which is completely wore out. But it was still holding air, so I decided just to keep on using it. And then the fucking drive tires, you know, they're getting down. The one drive tire, I think it's a much older tire, but it's all cracked up, you know, and stuff. Like, I'm surprised that hasn't blown out yet, but maybe it's got a tube in it or something. Nah, it probably does. It probably has a tube in it, so that's why it's still holding. But the other drive tire, the opposite one now, that's the one that went flat on me over winter. That tire is much newer. It's not brand new, obviously. I mean, it was put on whenever the great grandparents needed a new tire. So they probably stabbed it or something too. I don't know what the hell they did there, but they put it on, and not long after they were done with it. You know, like they retired. And I know that because usually when a tire is brand new, where they melt the two tires together, there's like a little flab of skin there. On that tire, it's still there. But on the other older tire, it's not there anymore. It's wore down. There's not even that much left for meat. So, I was going to. pipes. I was going to maybe later on this year. I was kind of hoping maybe in the fall replace the other steer tire, so at least it'd have brand new steer tires on it. It's got one so far. Well, it did, but it blew out. Well, I got stabbed by a fucking nail, and here's the nail. There it is. It wasn't a piece of wood. The wood splintered on me, but my guess is it came off of a building, because every winter we have horrible, winds, and they rip our buildings apart, and nobody ever goes out there to clean it up. So this is what happens when you don't clean up your... I mean, it's an all summer long thing. It seems like after you get done cleaning up a mess, you're right back a couple of weeks later because you had another freaking massive storm of some kind, and you're back out there cleaning it again. It's an endless fucking battle. So, unless you get rid of the buildings, it'll always be an ongoing problem. But I know that one building that's by our pond, the one that's inside the dike, obviously we don't use it anymore. The roof caved in. There's a tree growing through it. That building, I think that's where this come from, was that building. Well, I think it needs to go, but again, it's just more shit to do. I mean, yeah, we did take down one building a couple of years ago, but it's not really on my radar to be taking down buildings every year. It's like every now and then, yeah, sure, it's fine. But I already had, well, actually, there's not really even a building. It's more, what the hell would it be? It's not a building, but it's like a closed-in porch, I guess, on the old trailer house. There's two of them. There's one really tiny one, and there's one big monster. Of course, they're both shot. They're both done, but I was actually thinking maybe this year I would at least take that small one down, because there ain't nothing hard to that. A couple burns and you'd be done. So that's what I was thinking of maybe doing this year, just to kind of clean up the yard a little bit more. Like, I'm just slowly picking away at stuff, but man, to have another breakdown. And I was out, knocking down cow pies. I got the A going this afternoon. She didn't want to start right away, I think, because it had lost, well, didn't really lose prime. It just, it was empty. The carburetor and all the fuel lines and stuff, they were all empty, so it probably took a little bit to refill them, but it looked like she was kind of blowing a little bit of black smoke too, so I don't know. She didn't really care for it too much, but then she eventually came around, so. But today was a good day to do it because full sun. Not exactly as warm as I would like it to be. It's going to be warmer tomorrow, but the problem is they're talking 20 mile an hour winds. Today it's almost 15 mile an hour, but those are just the gusts. The normal winds are a lot less than that. So, and you want a little bit of a breeze to carry the dust away. So you don't want it to be just completely still out. Plus, it keeps the bugs and stuff away too. But there's no bugs right now. They're starting to come out, but they're not bugs that I'm concerned about. It's not like mosquitoes and ticks. Like, I'm more concerned about them than I am, like flies and bees and stuff. Whatever. I've seen quite a few flies flying around already, but I don't know. It's gonna be one of those years again where it just shit breaks all the time, But I guess bitching and complaining ain't gonna fix it. But neither is my bank account, because there's nothing in it. So I wasn't really even gonna put any money into the A this year, just because I want to finish the Tahoe, and then after that I was going to hoping to start ordering parts for the 1586, so I could at least get them here. I don't know. It's just because the A's not on my radar to get fixed this year. I wasn't even going to do anything with it besides just drive the piss out of it. because that's really all I was going to do with it, obviously, was harrow cow pies. That's usually the first drop it gets. You know, when we fire it up for the first time, that's the first thing we hook it to. And then I was thinking about, in a few weeks, maybe see if I could save the trail. I mean, the spring tooth harrow's not going to really fling dirt, but I figured could give it a chance. At least if we could turn it a few times, maybe it would, you know, keep it open for the most part. We're gonna probably lose it, you know, because the A probably won't be running anymore this year. I don't know. I say that, but then I may change my plans too. But we need the 1586 more than we do the A, really. I mean, we need both tractors, but we need the 1586 way fucking more. So it's not gonna get. I don't think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be running in time to move bales. I mean, maybe if we can fix the leak and be done with it, but then I got to work on the 3-point hitch. You know, like I want to try to get those freaking pins out. Probably have to replace the pins. But in order to get the pins out, I'm probably going to have to go to the young guy's shop, borrow his big giant cutting torch and heat the piss out of those pins, because my little torch isn't going to do it. I've already tried, so it's doing piss all. At least with a giant torch like his, he could get those things cherry red, and then they would move. Yeah, I should get a torch too. I've been looking at one. You can get like a mini one. And you can also get, well, what I mean by mini is that you're getting like the small tanks instead of the big giant tanks, which most farmers get the big giant tanks because they last a long time, but for how much I'd probably actually use a torch, I think a small tank would be alright, or the small tanks, because you need 2 of them. So I figured that the small ones would be fine for now, at least to get started. Who around here actually would fill those kind of tanks, I don't know, because I've never bought that type of whatever the hell it is, you know. So I've never bought that stuff I've never bought that stuff before, so I'm not sure where I could buy it from to have my tanks refilled. So, but that wasn't on my radar either to get one. So, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just this is why I'm trying to be so prepared for my trip down to the cities, because I'm afraid that I'm going. I mean, I was down in the cities. I don't know, a few months ago. But that was more like on the outskirts of the city, so like you're not in the heart of the city. Things are more open. There's less people. It's more relaxing, kind of. Whereas if you're in the heart of the city, well, then it's freaking chaos, and possibly getting rear-ended is a high possibility. So, but I'm trying to be prepared for everything that I can be. That's why I got that new drive belt. I haven't put it on yet, but I want to replace all the pulleys, or all the tensioners. And then since I'm going to be that far down in there too, I might as well replace the air conditioner belt, since I'm not far into it. So, but I won't be getting any of those parts. Who knows when? Because next month is tax season, so they're going to take me for everything that I got. So they'll leave me with nothing, because they don't care about you. So, but I don't know. And then another thing that I did was, well, I still haven't gotten around to. I need to check the spare tire. I think the last time I did check it, it felt like it still had air in it, but anyways, since I have like these newer rims, I don't know if the lug nuts, because they're new as well, they come with the rims to match the rims. I don't know if those would fit to the old style rim that's under the Blazer for a spare, because that's different. Like, it's the same size and everything, like it's just a different design than what the main tires were originally, obviously, because they're different. It's just a spare tire. Luckily, it's not a donut, because they used to do just donut tires, but you only got like a couple of miles out of those, and then they blew up. So they stopped doing that now, and they gave you a full-size tire. But I didn't think that my lug nuts would fit it, even though I guess it kind of should, but I don't know that. So what I did is I went back to the farm, grabbed 6 of the old style lug nuts that were on the old rims, because I know that they'll fit that, because why wouldn't it? So, but I don't think my new ones would fit it. I mean, they probably would, but I don't know. I don't want to take that chance, and I have a blowout, and then yada yada yada. And yeah, I need to remove the spare tire, make sure all that still works and everything, because that's probably never ever been touched ever since the vehicle was new. I was going to do that last year, but never did it. Forgot about it. Or, well, just didn't have time, really. So, but I don't know. It's just, I'm trying to be prepared. I mean, we went down to the city last time, and nothing happened. Knock on wood, but, it's going to be that year, I think, where everything's just going to break. And I'm not going to be able to keep up with it. But at least if I break a main drive belt, I have a spare, I can put that on, even on the side of the road. It's going to be sketchy, but it can be done. Have a blowout. Well, at least I have the jack and everything, like it's a factory jack and stuff. It's the most convenient thing in the world. You really are better off just getting like a hydraulic bottle jack. But this was cheap. This was like $20. So, but it's better than nothing. So, but I don't know, because that deadline's coming up too. We're getting closer and closer to that now. So, but yeah, I'm just not winning. So, and then I have a couple of trees that I need to pull. We'll just have to use the 400. There ain't going to be any way around it. They're not very big trees. I mean, the A could easily handle them. Actually, I think the Tahoe could easily handle them too. But I don't know. So, and then I'm still kind of waiting for the young guy, I guess, to let me know what he's going to do with the round baler, because I haven't heard anything, and I think my uncle had already went once since the last time I went, and whatever. It's like, we're not in a hurry for it, but this kind of just gives me a reason to go get it, because we're going down there anyway to get a round bale. So it's just the timing's perfect that way. But he shoved it into the bush, so he's got to go. He has to use a tractor to get it out. So when he'll do it, I don't know, because he's so busy. So, but like I said, we're not in a hurry for it. It's just this timing is perfect. But it's sitting in the woods, so now we're just gonna have to kind of wait for him to whenever he happens to have a tractor down that way, and he can hook up to it real quick and pull it out. So, but I don't know. But I'm just turn that off for now. But this little guy can go to hell. Okay, he can burn in hell. It's just, I'm done with it, So, I just can't win. Yeah, I know, you guys are going to be like, well, you should have walked it. You should have walked it. Well, it takes a long time to walk all that, because you have to literally walk every inch of that fucking place. So, and then like I said, if you get done cleaning it up, you're just going to have to turn around and go back and clean up it all over again, because it's a constant freaking battle. And a lot of that wood I looked at, you know, like as I was just driving around, it's got no nails in it. You can see that, so I don't care about those. But I guess this one that had the nail in it, I didn't see it, so went right through the damn drive tire, or the steer tire, I mean. So yeah, F it. Completely just freaking F it. So I got bigger things to worry about. I'm not going to care about it. So, not right now anyway. So, I don't know. I'm just done. So, because I'm finishing the Tahoe, and then it's on to the 1586. I know you guys are gonna be like, well, why not just do the A? Like, I mean, a tube is cheap, probably. It's probably like $50 for a new tube. Because I'm not getting a new tire. Screw it. I'm just gonna see if maybe they can just throw a patch over it, and then put a tube in it, just to double protect that area, and then it's going right back on. It's not like that tire is, you know, got thousands and thousands of pounds against it. You know, like there's no loader on it, obviously. It's just the weight of the tractor, the mower that's on it, and then my fat ass, and that's it. You know, like, all right, it's not like the 400. You know, the 400's got a loader on it. It's a much heavier tractor. That thing moves around bales, you know, and that tractor's got small front steer tires too. I mean, they're bigger than mine, obviously, but they're still a 3-ribbed tire. But yeah, I think last year, I think it was, he stabbed one of those steer tires, and it was a brand new steer tire because he had just got it the year before. So, but that was because we stabbed it on a tree stump, like a really tiny tree stump, because we're hauling a little bit of dirt that year, and he skidded into it and then popped the tire. So then he got a new one because it was slashed. It was completely junk. So he got a new one, and then a few months later it got stabbed again. So, but this time on what, I don't really know. He didn't say. So but we know what took the A down. So it sucks, but I just, you know, there's no money there to keep this shit going. So there ain't gonna be any money this year. Any money that is there is already gonna be going to certain areas, you know, like the Tahoe. Got to finish that, which isn't a big deal. I know you guys are gonna be like, well, that's just, you know, a couple of pulleys and and then an air conditioner belt. No, it's really only just, what, 3 parts? The problem is they're really, really expensive. Those tensioners, I think they're probably $30-$40 a piece. Because here I got just these 2 things together earlier this month. That drive belt and then the fuel cap. When all said and done, was $115. So I'm not gonna have that next month because of taxes. I might get a little bit of YouTube money, maybe, but that, I think, is what I'm going to try to use to pay for the tensioners. So, but I don't know. I don't know what those tensioners are going to cost me. I can look it up online, give me a rough idea, and then call the dealership again and be like, hey, I want these 2 things now. And then they'll come in whatever to get them. So it's just, you know, I can only do a little bit every month, and this is why I'm so behind on shit. And, you know, people wonder, like, well, why aren't you getting this done? Why aren't you getting that done? Well, money. I'm not rich either. I still owe one person yet, and I'm paying him off the best that I can. So I only have that one bill left to pay off, but that's going to be that'll be the rest of the summer. So I'll be paying that probably well into almost the new year again, because I have to buy parts. So if I didn't have to buy freaking parts, then I could probably put a little more down on my bill, and then my bill would be down even quicker. But I got to space my shit out, so it's just frustrating. I'm just tired of looking at it. I'm getting all excited. It's like, hey, I get to finally drive the A again. It's like I miss driving this thing. Pop. Picked up a rusty fucking nail. So, rusty nail. Isn't that the name of that character from that movie Joyride? Rusty Nails. That's the truck driver. I think that's his name. What his real name is, I don't know, but you never see the driver anyway. But fucking Rusty Nail, you fucked me over again, bud. Jesus. What do? Just F it. That's all I'm gonna do is just F it. Just like I'm gonna focus on the Blazer. I need this thing more than anything else. I need my freaking 1586 back. So if it happens to work out, I guess in a way where then maybe I'll get the tire fixed, but kind of freaking doubt it. I know you guys are like, well, just get the A fixed, like get the Tahoe done and then get the A done, because that sounds like it'd be probably the easiest thing to do. Yeah, if I just get a tube. So if I just get a tube, well then yeah, the tube is probably less than, well, I'm sure it's way less than $100. I'm sure of that. But it's just I don't want to spend that money. Right now I don't have it. If I had it, I'd probably go and would go in at the gas station on Monday and be like, hey, I need a tube for this tire again. So, but I don't know. I'm not going to get a new tire unless I guess you guys tell me to, but I don't think why? It's going to happen again anyway, probably. But spine out there. I don't know. I'm not getting a new tire though. It's a brand new tire. Like, it's probably, I don't know, what is it, maybe 2 years old now? I don't know. If even that. It's got to be at least 2 years old, I'm sure. I don't know. So, I don't know. I was really hoping to get the other steer tire replaced this year, so then it had matching tires, at least. There was front, steer tires. And then after that, like after I got, well, if I didn't have the 1586, like if that wasn't broke down, didn't have to put money into the Tahoe, I'd be putting money into the A, because that's kind of where, I might as well. But I also kind of wouldn't mind replacing the drive tires too, at least that one, because it's getting to be a little questionable too, but they both need to be replaced. And they are a 9.5 24 tire. So I don't know what those fucking things cost. I imagine they're not, I don't know, $500-600 probably. I don't know. These are a Firestone, and I don't think Firestone even makes that size tire anymore. So I think you can get them through Steiner, because the front steer tires on the A are 400 whatever. But from Steiner you can get the 500 whatever it was. So it's a little bit of a bigger tire. And people say, well, go with the bigger tire, on the front and the rear. It'll give you a little bit of a height. It'll lift the tractor up a little bit. I don't really need the lift. If anything, I want to be low to the ground, because it's less tipsy that way. And my tractor's so damn skinny that, you know, like, I don't mind being this low to the ground. The tractor's already like a high clearance tractor anyway, so there's plenty of clearance. I don't really need any more clearance. It's got plenty, so I don't know, but it just pisses me off. So, but I think you can get the steer tires from them. I don't think you can get the 400s. You can only get the 500s. And then for the drive tires, I'm not really sure. I know you can get them there too, but I don't know what their size is. Now I know up in that one shed there are more drive tires up there, but I think they're used. But I don't know what's the story with them. I think they're more or less just like emergency spares, but they are kind of at the end of their life. So technically, I guess if I did have a blowout, you know, I could just shove one of those tires on it and call it a day, limp it through the rest of the year with it. I guess that wouldn't be too bad of a thing, but I don't know. But right now the drive tires are okay, so that is focus on the steers. But if I got to replace that steer, you know, like the one that's blown out already, I might as well just go ahead and try to order 2, and then get them both freaking done. You know, but more money, of course. But I mean, you might as well. I mean, why keep pissing around? I'm trying to avoid pissing around so damn much, you know. But you know, I just can't. Keep freaking breaking shit. And then I spent probably at least a good hour and a half. I worked on the electric fence over in the ex-mayor's field because I seen that it was down again. Or well, it always goes down, but I like to check on it, you know, when the snow's off the fields and the ground is dry, because I don't want the electric fence to be in his way if he decides to do something there, you know. So, but unfortunately, yeah, there was a couple places there it was in where he mows, so I had to get it out of the way. And then of course I go look for all the freaking insulators. I think I found them all. I think I even found one that was from a couple of years ago, because sometimes they'll go flinging and you never see them again. Sometimes they'll end up halfway in the field, and sometimes they end up on the dike, so they go pretty freaking far. But I think I found all the ones that I needed, at least to get the fence back up. But the fence is not hot anyway, because we're not using it right now. And I still got to talk to the ex-mayor, see if he'd be okay with us putting cattle on his land again. I haven't done that yet, but I just didn't want the fence to be in his way, because I knew it was down, because it always goes down every year. It even goes down during the summer months because the deers just don't ever learn. There's a freaking hot wire there, so they keep running into it and they shock themselves and they go scared and they pull the damn wire with them. So, but I gotta talk to him, see if it's gonna be okay with it again this year, and see what he says, I guess. So, but yeah, it's been nice to put our cattle on that land. It's really helped us out quite a bit. We still need more ground yet, but this is next. But this is also our hay ground, so it'd have to grow in for a couple of weeks after haying, just to make sure that the cattle have something worth eating. So, but I don't know. But yeah, that's my rant for today. A's down, popped the tire. Just happens to be the brand new tire, right? Couldn't have been the other junky steer tire, right? Like, if that would have gotten stabbed, I honestly would have been okay with it. Even though I still would have been in the same fix that I am now. It's just that then I'll be forced to change that tire sooner because it was junk. It's wore out. It's completely junk, but it's still holding air. But then I just would have replaced it, you know, and said, okay, whatever. But no, it had to be my brand new fucking tire with the brand new tube in it. What a shit show. sick and tired of cleaning up after these fucking buildings too. I was gonna constantly clean up after these damn bastards. So screw it. I ain't gonna worry about it. I got other things on my mind. So didn't even make half of a round and blew the tire out. So whatever. It's just gonna be, I guess, whatever at this point. So, but I guess, guys, I'm gonna head home. I'm done. My day's shot. So got a lot of things done, but unfortunately the A had to be the end of it. So look at deer. Deers are liking the green grass already. So, but I don't know. So kind of just pisses me off. But what do you do? So, but yeah, I guess, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.